Hi there, my name is Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel on today, which is January the 19th, 2022. And it's been a very interesting week. Last week I unboxed the Harley Benton guitars, which was a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me last week. I got some news on those. Obviously the Silver Sky has been launched to a lot of fanfare. Got some thoughts on that. I just posted a video about the RC 600 from Boss. I got a few thoughts on that as well. And what would be NAMM Week is this week, and we have another virtual event. It's called Believe in Music. And if you go to the NAMM website, you can sign up for this for free. I advise that you do. If you're into gear, which I imagine you are because you're here right now, definitely go to the NAMM Believe in Music event. It's free to sign up. And what it is, it's basically a virtual NAMM. You can watch videos, which will only be up for a certain amount of time, so do that while you can. You can watch videos, you can talk to people. So if you're into doing YouTube like me, you can talk to the companies, or even if you just got some questions about products that are out or are becoming available, you can speak to them. I'm going to bring this up on the screen so I can show you what I'm talking about. I definitely want everyone to sign up. If you're into music gear, which I presume you are, you definitely want to sign up to this because it's a free event. And hey, even if you just browse around the website for a few minutes, it's going to be kind of worth it, right? So let me just hide this one. Okay, so use cookies, yes. So this is it. Just go to Believe in Music. I just Googled it. Just Google NAMM, N-A-M-M, Believe in Music. You can sign up and then you can log in and you can look around at all the people that will be showing stuff. And most of the companies are on there. And it's a cool thing. I'm not even really sure yet exactly what the talks and the things will be. Obviously, I'm going to be on it in case I see something cool I want to check out and then talk about in a video. But like I said, it's free, and anything that's free is worth checking out, isn't it? So let me come over to the chat and say hi to our friends here. Lewis is first this week. Good job, buddy. We are indeed back, baby. Congrats, Lewis. Dave will be disappointed. Where is David? I'm worried he's not here today. Patsy Smith's in Suffolk, UK. Jim, hey Jim, thank you for the buy me a coffees, by the way. I really appreciate it, and it doesn't go unnoticed, and it's very much appreciated for your support for the channel. Lisa says hello all, watching from San Mateo. Sunny, well, we're all jealous of you, Lisa. Don't brag too much. BMO is here. How you doing, BMO? Heat wave in Vermont up to 19. Marco says hi. Marco, thanks for sending me those guitars earlier to check out. That was cool. Still haven't watched the Oasis DVD, but I still got it. It's still here. I just haven't watched it yet. Lisa is happy. And hi, Marianne. Good to see you. Hope you're still practicing your music. Mark Johnson says hi to everybody. Awesome. So, let's get started. Let's recap, shall we? Last week's episode where I unboxed 2 Harley Bentons that I bought because the week before that, people were talking about Harley Benton so much and I got so into it, I had to order them. How do I feel a week later? Well, don't worry, I will make a full review. I don't regret it. The $160 Strat is my kind of least favorite. I guess that makes sense because I have a very nice Strat. And there's no way that's going to compare to that, right? Well, not when I say not compare, there's no way I'm going to prefer that over my preferred Strat or even like the Silver Sky. But I still say it's an excellent guitar. I have played it. I think the pickups sound great. It's definitely a vintage instrument. Like even the way it's wired and everything is very much vintage spec. If you're into that, that's great. Some people are not, I know. I'm still really impressed with that guitar, but I particularly love the Fusion 3. I'm really loving that. For $375, it's still blowing me away. And the only issue, if you want to call it an issue, that I have with it is the rough frets. So quick update, I ordered the Lizard Spit fret polish system and I tried that and it didn't work. I think that's really for kind of polishing nickel frets and not bringing stainless steel to a high polish. So I'm going to try it again and do it longer. And if not, I've been told about another product from a guy on Facebook that I can try out. So I'll try that instead. Whatever happens, however I get those things to be silky smooth, I will put it into the final video so people know how I did it. I definitely want the stainless steel frets to be silky smooth because whenever you play stainless steel frets, they always are like really, especially on a Sir or a really high-end guitar, they're always really high gloss frets, and that's what I expect from stainless steel. That's simply because you're paying so much money for those guitars that they do the extra work on them before they ship it to you. So that's absolutely fine. I don't expect a $375 guitar to arrive in the way that a Sir guitar arrives that costs $5,000. Of course, that is feedback for Harley Benton. It'd be great if it did. If they could find a way to do that, maybe charge $5 more, that'd be great. If not, I can spend a couple of hours and do it myself, and I'll let you know how I did it. So that's the update on the Harley Bentons. Really great. Still love them, and I'm hoping to check out more of their stuff as well, because people keep sending me more Harley Benton things. There's cabs and other guitars that people are sending me links to check out. So I'll definitely look into that. But I'm going to wait and see how the video goes with the Fusion 3, first of all, and I'll take it from there. So then, of course, the Silver Sky. Oh, I just realized my logo's not on the screen. One sec. There we go. I realized the Silver Sky has obviously had a lot of reviews. Not as many reviews as I thought we might see. I thought we might see hundreds of reviews of that guitar. I only saw a few. They didn't send them out to that many people. And I think that's because they realized they don't need to, maybe. That guitar kind of sells itself, and it really is great. I really like that, and I'll do a full review of that as well. I've done a few videos like the unboxing and the 1-minute comparison, which I enjoyed. I will do an actual review of the guitar as well. Again, with that, there's a slight rough patch on the neck. Again, something very easy to remove. I always say, well, I've said this before, if you get an instrument or anything that you really love, the majority of it, if you love the weight and the look and the feel and everything's perfect, but there's one little thing like a slight rough patch on the neck or something, I wouldn't ever return an instrument just for that. I would just have that repaired. Either try to do it yourself if you're comfortable, or have someone do it, or work with the store to have it done. Because, for example, that Silver Sky SE that I got is so light, it's £7. Some people got ones that are just under £7, but I wouldn't want to return that and risk it. Well, I wouldn't want to wait 6 months and then risk getting one that weighs £8. I would just have that fixed. But again, hopefully they can improve that even more over time. Receiving things that are as perfect as possible is always the ideal situation. It's always kind of a drag when you've got to have something done or do something, unless you're saving a lot of money, like with the Harley Benton stuff. All right, Maury's here. I expect Maury's interested in what I'm going to talk about next. A tissue for my issue. He knows that I'm disappointed, but I don't fully know yet. I'm not sure what Martin are announcing tomorrow. According to Martin's no. Yesterday, Martin sent an email to their user base hinting at a new model. And then today on their Instagram, they said tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. EST, they are announcing a lot of new models. And I've already said that the Modern Deluxe guitars leaked on Sweetwater. So we know about those. I'm surprised they did that, but they did. So there we go. I can talk about it. And then this is obviously another one. There's going to be several new instruments from Martin, it seems. So let's take a closer look. Yes, BMO, I got rid of the bot. Don't worry. And, oh, hi, Aaron and everyone in the chat. Lee says hi, he's driving. Well, tell him to focus on the road, Rosanna, and not on me. I don't want to be responsible. So, this is what I saw late last night or in the early evening. Check this out. Oh, thank you so much, Martin. What a great teaser that is. Why are you teasing me with this image? Why can't you just tell me what it is? I guess we have to play the game, right? We have to play the game, the social media game. So let's talk about this. And I get this is going to be I'm just pouring myself some water, if you're wondering what that noise is. From the Soundhole Sniffer mug. Cheers, everybody. Buy a mug, support my channel. I get this is completely speculation. Hey, that can be fun sometimes. This is just my opinion. This is just my thoughts on what this might be and what I'd like to see from Martin. And then tomorrow, if this is something I want to talk about, I'll just make a video about what we actually get. So bear with me. This is just a bit of fun. And tell me what you think of this as we go as well. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this. So Lisa says beautiful. I do think it's beautiful, yeah. Unless you're talking about my mug. The guitar is indeed beautiful. Now, I said on the show last Monday, I'm not a big fan of the Sunburst that Martin do. This looks kind of, it's definitely a Sunburst, or is it Ambertone? Or is it a new Sunburst? It doesn't have that thick border by the looks of it, which I'm not a huge fan of. This looks slightly different. And I quite like the look of this because it is getting away from your traditional top Martin that we're used to seeing, right? The standard top. This does look a bit more interesting. Now you can see that it's an SC13E style guitar. First of all, because of the cutaway. The cutaway has that slope to it, that S-shaped body, right? And then the fret markers. Look at those fret markers. They are the big dots that we got on the SC13E. But what I noticed was, I also made this brighter in Photoshop. And I noticed that the sound hole, which is obviously the most important part of the guitar for me, doesn't have the inlay. If you remember, the SC13E has a very intricate inlay around the sound hole. This one doesn't have it. And I would assume if it doesn't have it, it's a lower end model, not a higher end. I don't know though, because actually now I think about it, I'm racing here. The OM28 doesn't have it either, does it? So my dream, my hope for this model, which is no secret, is that it would be an SC28E. But let's just break that name down. What I mean is a higher end model. Right, but hang on, BMO. Hang on, BMO. Let's see if we can figure out what this is, and then tomorrow we'll look real smart. S is the body shape, the S-shaped body shape. C is the cutaway, which is a good cutaway on this one. 28 is the model. So 13, I always thought 13 was the model, and then the E is for pickup, right? Electronics. With the SC13E, does the 13 mean 13 frets to the body, or does it mean 13 series? And this is something that if Maury is still here could tell me, or he could call his rep and ask him for me. I can be mean because he's not here. Does the 13, I assumed that the 13 meant 13 frets. Then again, that's a more affordable model made in Mexico. So 13 means the model, right? So therefore, if this was a 28 series instrument, BMO is correct. Would it not be a SC28E? And the one that Mayer got recently, would that not be an SC42E? And if this is a more affordable model, if Martin choose to go more affordable, because I think the SC13E is around 1,500 now, right? So it's kind of affordable, but not super affordable. What if they try to make one that's $799 that they can sell to everybody and make it less decorative? So for that reason, I'm thinking it could go either way. Either we get my dream, which is this is a SC28E with the 28 style sound hole, a Fishman Aura HD pickup, and I want to play it as soon as I possibly can because it'd be right up my street. I love cutaways, I love modern for stage, comfort, all that stuff. My fear is that it may be a lower end model. It may be an SC11E or just an SC11, a guitar that they can sell for $800 or $999 to the masses as their kind of go-to guitar. Because we've seen this year. We've seen this with PRS releasing the Silver Sky SE. And I have a theory about that as well. I have a theory that, for example, with PRS, the Silver Skies are all out of stock for the USA model. So are they not making the SE model to simply make more of them, to get them over here and sell them? And they'll sell more cheaper products, but more of them. Is that Martin's mission as well? Like, oh, let's make more of these. Because right now we keep hearing all the time, don't forget that Martin are backlogged and struggling to fulfill all their orders because so many people are ordering and buying Martin guitars and other brands too. So are they doing a move here where they make more of these in their Mexican plant to saturate the market and keep people happy while they're focusing on the American models made in Nazareth? I can't imagine them pulling resources from Nazareth to make other models like a 28E, although the new modern deluxe guitars are being made there. I don't understand why they would do that if they're so behind on standard production. On the other hand, I've said this before, Paul Reed Smith has this quote about new products, and he says if you don't release new product all the time, then you're kind of dead in the water. You have to be constantly release new stuff. Because look at what this has done right here. We're talking about it. I'm talking about it. Other channels are talking about it. It's how you keep interest in the brand and in the products, right? To introduce something new. So let me tell me what you think. So my hope is that this is an SC28E. I think the finish looks great. I would love to see the Aura HD pickup in there, the one they're now using on the modern deluxe guitars, or even a new pickup system would make me incredibly happy. My fear is that this is a more affordable version of the SC13E. Not that there's anything wrong with that, as Jerry Seinfeld would say, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for something to replace my GPC 28E for stage. So I'm sure they would sell more if they were more affordable, but that's not what I'm looking for, unless, of course, they find a way to completely blow me away with it. Now, tell me what you think, because that's just my thoughts. Lee says, will there be a CEO 10? Well, I don't know. And in this message that they put with this guitar, it says something big is happening. Why would you say that? Why would you say something big is happening about this guitar? This looks like an SC. The S body shape is one size, right? They're not going to make a jumbo SC, are they? I don't know. I guess they could do. When they say something big is happening, that either means they're releasing lots of new models, which I find unlikely, being with the fact they have to make a lot of guitars right now. That, you know, I don't want to say behind, but you know, they have a lot of orders to fulfill. A big guitar, I don't know. Big? Why big? What does that word big refer to? It's interesting. Lee is listening. It's a colorway. Yep, definitely. That's what the C means. The SC. The C is for colorway. Looks amber tone-ish. I agree. That does look like amber tone. It could be a new kind of finish though for this model, but it looks like amber tone, doesn't it? Yep. Hi, image bearer. How you doing? So it looks like amber tone for sure. And my vote is amber tone. SC Garbimo, I would love it. If that's an SC28E, I'll probably go live tomorrow just to talk about how happy I am. But I don't know. I can't see it. An SC28E would be so niche. It's going to cost around $3,500, and it's a stage guitar and a cutaway, and a lot of Martin fans are not into that. I don't think they'll put their resources into that right now. I think that will come down the line. Thought it was a 13 fret. It is, yeah. But SC13, I think the 13 is a coincidence that it's a 13 fret and like 13 series. Again, I'm just surmising here. Lisa, I thought 13 meant 13 series. Well, me too. The way that HD28 SC13, 13 is a 13 series. Okay, so we think it's just a coincidence that it's a 13 fret guitar and it's a 13. So in that case, it could be an SC11, an SC12, an SC15, an SC... Well, no, that would be mahogany. It could be... Yeah, okay. SC10, SC11, maybe. That guitar is too symmetrical to be an SC. I think it is an SC, Jim. Definitely. Lewis says, interesting. I think Lewis is more interested in the Harley Benton. Bot. I got the bots, BMO. No, I'm going to make a song about bots, swatting the bots. It will go viral on YouTube. 21 frets. Yes, you can actually count the frets there, because you can see the 12th fret markers, and then 13, 14, 15. So you can count, and you can see that it's that's standard. Lewis says hi to everybody. Mike says, but this has the hollow markers on it. Yes, they are the SC13E fret markers, aren't they? And that is the body, I feel. This is some kind of SC. But my only question is, are they going to the 28 series or the 18 series? Are they changing the look of the 13, or are they making an even more affordable version like PRS are doing? Ah, good point about the binding. It's got the white binding around it. And I like that on that finish, definitely. Oh, Mike makes a good point. If this was a 28, it would have 28 markings on the fretboard. You mean the style, right? But what if it's an SC13E style, but in a 28 configuration? Lewis says, Martin's a beautiful guitar. It is a beautiful guitar, so why are they hiding it? Look at that terrible lighting they've used in this photograph. You know, when you photograph a guitar, you should use nice bright lights, show off the whole guitar. This photograph is so dark, you know, dark looking. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If you're watching, Martin, I'm kidding. I'm a fan of SE models. Oh, no, they're great. Where can we find Elite Modern Deluxe stuff? Do you want me to show it to you? I can pull it up. Hi, Zane. Everyone, good evening from England, UK. Do you want to take a look at the other ones? I'll get you a still. I won't play the video because I might get a copyright claim. But I will see if let's see if it's still up there, actually. Modern Deluxe. I mean, tomorrow you're going to see everything anyway. All these are going to be... I wonder if they pulled it. I wonder if Martin got them to pull it down. But it was clearly... Was it intentional? Who knows? I think they took it down. Let me see here. I don't see why they would. Come on. 1 second. I'm just scrolling here. I don't see it anymore. I think it was put up by mistake then. So what happened was our friend Corey Congilio was at Sweetwater, and while he was there, he demoed some of the models, and they put it up on their YouTube channel a few weeks, 2 weeks ago or something. And then I don't think they were supposed to, because no one else was talking about them. I think it's gone. So, you know, whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. It was probably a mistake. Someone at Sweetwater probably just hit go live, and they shouldn't have done it, the wrong video or something. I'm just looking 1 more second. Oh, it's gone. Oh, well. That is why you should always screenshot everything that you see in case it goes. But not my stuff. So anyway, there's a D45 Modern Deluxe, which I imagine will be over 10 grand. I'm not sure yet. I think there's a D41 Modern Deluxe. I wish David was here. He was telling me before. He watched that video too. There's a 0018 maybe. Yeah. There's several new Modern Deluxe guitars. I'm not sure if they're releasing the ones with the pickups, but there are several new models coming, and then this one, and I'm sure a few other things as well. I'm sure there'll be a lot tomorrow. It's actually turning into a very exciting NAMM week. You know, we had the SE Silver Sky, which everyone was waiting for years from the launch of the original Silver Sky. We have these new Martin models. I think there's a couple of Taylor models coming. Nothing huge. I think the huge stuff will come at Summer NAMM, because when I say Summer NAMM, I mean what would be the NAMM now in Anaheim, but in the summer, because people will be there in person and they can try the stuff in person. So the real big stuff is coming then. But having said that, there are a bunch of new products being released, and other guitar companies today announced like 24 new instruments that will be shipping in a few months' time. It very much feels like NAMM right now, and I'm happy about that. In regards to other stuff, well, there's been a lot of firmware. Like Line 6 have made it public that there's a new Helix update coming, so I'll definitely check that out when it launches. The day it launches, I'll probably go live. Fractal have new firmware that's in development. Again, that's public information. And Quad Cortex, they've made it public that they're working on a large update for the Quad Cortex. That's going to be exciting. And Kemper have no new updates that I'm aware of, but you know, that's kind of an older product, very solid product. So, but I'd like to see them do more as well. So lots of firmware coming, which is interesting. We've got like the Boss RC600, of course, which I'll be talking about. That's a new product, but again, that was announced in November. So it's not a full-on NAMM, of course. We're not there, but it definitely feels like the time of year. Lots of new stuff is being unveiled. I think tomorrow and Friday we'll see loads of stuff unveiled. How big it will be, I don't know. If anything huge gets unveiled, I'm going to go live because I like talking about this stuff, as you can tell. Zane is here from England. Good to see you, buddy. Let's take some questions then. Let's talk about this guitar. So what's your opinion on the SC13E? Have you played them? Well, here's the thing. First of all, if you've played an SC13E or you own one, can you tell me in the chat? Because I'd love to know your thoughts on these. I was at the NAMM show these were announced at. It was just before we locked down for COVID, right? So it was a huge deal for them Because I always say Martin are very traditional. A lot of the players want the real traditional instruments. They don't want pickups. They don't want cutaways. Certainly don't want cutaways. So what do Martin do? They release this SC13E with the cutaway and this whole new body shape. And it's definitely intended for the kind of, I'm going to say the young, I'm going to say it. I think they intend this for the younger market that are coming from electric guitars and other people too that maybe play on stage and are used to playing electric guitar, but they're definitely going for a new market with this guitar. It's obvious. Now I wasn't hugely interested. I strummed it at NAMM. It's very hard to play a guitar at NAMM. I'm surprised. I was thinking today, I'm surprised I haven't reviewed one, and I think I will try to review one sooner than later. I've only played one at that NAMM show and at the summer NAMM show I just went to, and you can't really judge a guitar in those situations. What I've heard of it sounds very good, and I like the direction they're going with the adjustable neck and this new system and everything. I think it's good to have the modern guitar. It's definitely good to have the traditional guitar like your authentic. It's good to have your standard series, and it's good to have your modern guitar. It's like with Fender. They have the Acoustasonic, which is incredibly modern, and then they have their custom shop Strats, 64 Strats, which are very traditional. Why not do both lines? You don't have to buy both. You can choose one or the other or both. You don't have to be kind of annoyed that companies do different things. I think it's good that companies do different things. So I was happy with all that. I think from the beginning, I was hoping that was going to be a 28 style guitar. I think that's just where I'm at. I wanted it to be a 28 style guitar with a brand new pickup that's all this maybe like app controlled and modern and a new thing that sounds incredible. And when I heard that it was a 13 series guitar with the sonotone pickup, I was a little bit kind of, well, that's great, and I'm glad they're doing this, and everyone loves it, and it's very accessible, the pricing is good, but that's not something that I want to be gigging with myself. That's just me being honest. So that's why I'm so excited for the 28 version. You can bet that when that 28 version comes out, I will be going absolutely nuts, and I want to review that. And so I guess I will try to review the 13, because I want to compare the two. So it's a guitar that I'm interested in, but I wasn't interested in it enough to go out and buy one. But I have to talk about it because it seems to have done really well. Everyone says they're great guitars. Everyone that's bought them seems to love them. And I do think playability is important. I was just playing last night, and while my guitar isn't particularly hard to play, it doesn't play like an electric. The SC13E ships with 11s, that helps as well, but playing solos and things on a guitar like that is a nice feeling. So that's my opinion on the SC13E. I think it's great. I don't know enough about them. I haven't played them enough to recommend them, but I want to look into them more, and I want to see an SC28E, definitely. Also, hello from the John Mayer Gear Lounge. I remember as well. I like seeing you around here, and thank you, buddy. Yeah, I got to do that video soon as well. So many videos to do. I got to do I've got the OMJM, and I've got the custom shop version. I'm going to do that comparison of those two before I'll probably let the OMJM go, but I'm going to compare them in a video first of all. It's good to see you here. I hope you enjoyed the video of the Silver Sky too. So you see, it's really interesting. I wasn't a huge Silver Sky fan when they announced it, despite being a big fan of John Mayer and those style of guitars. But the more I play it, the more I like it. And I think that's the thing with like an SC13E. You need to play it. When you go from your OM28 to that, you're going to think, oh, wow, this is so different. I'm not sure if I like that. Not everyone, but some people like myself. I think if you play it a lot, then you'll really start to find out what you do like about it. Definitely with some gear, you need to get used to it because it is so new and different. I love the version they made for John Mayer with his name on it. And I've said before, I'd love a version of that with my name on it because I play gigs. I know it's a bit cheesy, but I play gigs and I'm always promoting my YouTube channel and my website. So I'd love to have Aaron Short music on my guitar because it would be promoting my brand, right? Is it fully solid or laminated? So the SC13E is laminate, but the... Oh, actually, is it? I should double check that before I say that. I'm sure it is. The SC28... Oh, the SC28E would not be laminated. The guitar I showed you from the leak, or from Martin's own leak, is... we don't know. This is all just surmising. I'm hoping that it's all solid wood. Personally. SC13E, and even that model is sold out so many places. It's crazy. It's got the MXT system. Low profile neck. It's definitely laminate. Sitka spruce top. And... one second. Yeah, veneer. Koa veneer back and sides. Scallop bracing. White binding. But it's got that amazing looking sound hole. Let me show you the picture. Look at this, you see? Oh. I didn't show the picture, I just deleted my pictures. So one more time. Can I do this? There we go. The guitar head is back. This is the 13E. Alright. Great looking guitar. Right? It's got the tuner in there. Clearly a stage guitar and a couch guitar, but you've got your tuner in the sound hole. I love abalone sound holes, so obviously I like the look of this one too, with the blue and the way it matches with the dots. That's why I'm so kind of surprised that the Leek does not have that. One more time. You see? Similar, but different. In a way, I prefer it, though. It looks kind of classier. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I won't dwell on this too much, because tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., they're going to let us know. I usually set myself up for disappointment, because I usually am disappointed, because I have such high expectations and desires. So I'm not going to overthink it too much. But like I said, if this is a 28 model, and it's shipping tomorrow, I will go insane. I presume it will be a SC13 in a different color. When they say something big, maybe they're just doing lots of different colors or something, different finishes, different looks, and they'll be shipping in June or something. That's my fear. If it's a 28 model that ships tomorrow, well, we'll have a party. We'll have a party here. Mark says the current SC13 has laminate Koa over another wood. Could the new SC13 have solid back and sides with different wood? It could do. And then what would they call it? Would they call it an SC18? I don't know. Please go live tomorrow and ways for me to get to info rather than having to go through social media. Well, that's what I do here, Image Bearer. That's what I do. I gather information. I figured years ago I spend so much time looking around Reverb and Guitar Center and Sweetwater and buying and trying and rumors. And I figured out why am I doing this? So at least with my channel, I get to condense it into a form where I can discuss it with you live and then give you the information. So I'm happy to do that. Basically, if you ever see that I've gone live randomly, not on a Monday at 4, a Wednesday at 1, or a Sunday at 4, then something big has happened and I want to talk about it. So check that out. Make sure you ring the bell so you see when I do that. And yes, please throw some thumbs up to support the channel, and I can do more of those streams. Oh, Taylor are releasing 42 new guitars. Sean Martin released many soon. Wow. I heard they're releasing some. No, I didn't know they were releasing 42. Oh, no. BMO, that is an older model. The OM28E Modern Deluxe is one of the originals. Well, the first one was the OM28 Modern Deluxe, along with the D28 Modern Deluxe and a few others. And then the year after that was the OM28E Modern Deluxe, which has a very good pickup system. And the new ones are new additional models, like the D45. I don't know if they come with electronics or not. I don't see why they wouldn't, but I didn't see that info. The video with Corey got pulled because he wasn't supposed... Well, not him. Sweetwater were not supposed to make that live until, I presume, tomorrow. Because tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. is when the announcement is on the SC guitar, this guitar. The only thing is with Martin, sometimes they announce a guitar every day, like for like a week. So we might have to wait to hear about all those officially. But I think this one is being announced tomorrow. I don't know. The picture says something big tomorrow. So very, very cryptic. Very cryptic. All right, so yeah, let me know in the chat as well if you saw any other announcements this week, because I would like to hear about it for sure. And then I want to do a viewer's comment because somebody asked me. I posted the video of the Boss RC600. All right. Now this thing is kind of crazy, right? Boss make great products, and Boss make loopers, and Boss make great loopers too. They released the RC10R, which is a really cool pedal. They released the RC500, which I really like, and now they're releasing the Boss RC600. So I'm going to show this to you. When this got announced, people went absolutely nuts. When they announced this pedal, everyone went nuts. I think people were thinking this is a do-it-all. I mean, obviously it's a 6-track looper, which is great. I think they were thinking as well, they announced it has vocal effects, guitar effects, multiple inputs. I think a lot of the people like me, the singer-songwriters, thought this could be their all-in-one pedal. And whether it is or not is yet to be determined, because I haven't done my full in-depth review yet. But I think that's what happened. That's why people got so excited by this. The fact that it is a Boss looper, which is always exciting, especially because the old version was so old, and the fact that it's promised all these additional features, making people think this could be an all-in-one, which is always exciting as well. So, someone said to me, Aaron, why... They said, I'm surprised, and forgive me if I misquote this. They said, I'm surprised you want to use this. Why don't you use software? So I want to just address that today. I'm probably going to reply to the comment as well, but I just want to talk about that for a second, or a minute, or an hour. Because the thing is, a year ago, I made a rig, if you remember, which I really enjoyed. I had the MIDI pedal with the Boss RC 500 with a Helix stomp and a TC pedal, and it was all connected via MIDI. And I watched those shows back, and I think it sounded really good. It was versatile. It was flexible. I could make it customizable. It was fantastic. Worked really well. But don't forget, that took me a lot of time and programming, and I was worried that maybe at a gig a cable would come loose. And then I was also thinking the app may crash, and the app did crash a few times. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm all for modern new stuff. I'm all for software and using like apps and doing things in a new way. But what I found was I got so frustrated with like programming and researching and asking questions, and then it would crash, and then I would do that. I just quit and I went back to my Voice Live 3 Extreme pedal for Sundays and my TC Play acoustic pedal for my shows. I just, as much as I love new gear and trying these weird experiments, I also love stuff that just works. For me, when I'm performing at a show, I cannot be debugging a problem. I'm not saying that all those setups would have that problem, and maybe I'm just not smart enough to figure it out at a show, but just for me, I would rather take something like this RC600 or my TC pedal, plug it in. I know it's worked year after year. There's going to be no issues. Yeah, it doesn't have every feature, but the features it has are really cool and they work really well, and it's solid and it's repeatable. That's what I look for. And also, if it breaks, I can just run to Guitar Center and buy another one and play the gig. Well, actually, that's a bad example because they don't sell them anymore. But you know what I mean. It's just, it allows me to just focus on the singing and the playing. Now, obviously, if you are predominantly a looper and you need 6 tracks, then yes, this is the way to go, because nothing else will do 6 tracks. Well, the apps will. Whether you want to do apps or not is up to you as well. For me, the minute an app crashes, it's a big no-no. I cannot be performing at a venue. Imagine if you're at a wedding or something and you're doing their first dance and the app crashes. That is a real problem right now. Until they figure out a way for that not to happen, or to be very rare for that to happen. And we're talking about Apple here, where you've got a very locked down ecosystem where this shouldn't really happen. It was happening to me all the time. Very frustrating. So as much as I love technology and trying these things, and I also thought that that was the way to go at the time, I kind of took a break from it. I'm not going to say I'm never going to do that again, because the next operating system for the iPhone may say it's completely stable or something. I'll try it again for sure. I do think that's the future. What I'd really like to see is a hybrid. If you look at this RC600, that screen is so small and old-fashioned. I wish they'd make a pedal like this with that screen, or even no screen, and it's controlled by the phone and the iPad. So rather than get down on the floor and make the changes, you can do it from another device on a mic stand. That's what I would like to see, a hybrid, but a hybrid made by someone like Boss. So it's still an all-in-one ecosystem, They've got full control over the hardware and software, but you've got the best of both. I think that's got to be the future. It's a bit like the Quad Cortex pedal has a touch screen on the floor, but no editor. That's annoying. You've got to get on the floor to make changes. That touch screen can be broken. The Kemper Stage had an app released for the iPad. That's great because the Kemper Stage has a very basic screen. You can make changes, but then you can use the iPad on the stand. And Kemper made the app and they make the pedal. For me, that is the future. The company should make the app and the pedal and make them work together as a hybrid, and also allow integration with other apps for people that want to experiment, but do enough by itself that you don't need to. For me, that's where I want to see it go. And it's not there yet, but I would love to see that. Zane says, thank you, Aaron, for the extensive work that you do. Really appreciate it. Time to start your Patreon site. And yes, D28, no double. We have similar thinking. D28, no double. What do you mean? But Patreon, I've thought about Patreon and also YouTube memberships. And I think eventually I'll have to do it because I'm now spending like every day making videos. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. I do this because I love doing it and talking about the stuff. But obviously sometimes I'm like replacing a light or buying batteries or a new camera. I bought a lot of cameras and mics this year for the channel. So I want to travel as well. I want to go to stores and I want to do like tours and have a camera. I can walk around the store. And I tried this in Pittsburgh at End Stuff Music last summer. I used my phone and did a store tour, but I couldn't use it. I never posted it because the audio was disgusting. It was terrible. So I went out and bought the wireless Rode mic, and I haven't used it yet, but I got that so I could use it for those videos. So I got to do something. I appreciate everyone that's buying me coffees. I really appreciate that. I have super chats that turned on if you want to send a super chat. I have the Sandhole Sniffer stuff that I sell. I get some money back for that. That's terribly out of focus. Patreon and YouTube memberships I may turn on soon. I may turn them on. And again, that's optional. You don't have to become a member. I could do the occasional video that's for members only or something, or a guitar lesson or something that's just for that like perk that you get. But I'll do something. The main thing for me right now is if you can share my channel and tell people what I'm doing. If they like music, they can watch me on Sundays. If they like gear, they can watch me in the week. And if you buy anything from Sweetwater or from Thomann or Amazon, if you can scroll down to my video in the description and click on the affiliate link and then make the purchase, I get some commission at no cost to you because I've partnered with those sites. So I'll get commission that won't cost you anything. So if you want to support me, that's a great way to do it for free. That's today's advertising out of the way. So that's it. But I'm a bit frustrated. I wish it was tomorrow. I wish I had all the information for what's coming tomorrow. I'm very happy though because it's a virtual NAMM event. But I mean the Silver Sky is awesome. The SE model, great that they've made such a high quality, affordable instrument. There's this new stuff coming through like the Boss pedal. There's a lot of software updates coming, and software is important these days. Like I said, stable software with features is really important because a lot of pedals and products are pushed out unfinished now with the hope of they'll be finished in the future, which can be good because users can give them feedback and they can apply those things that the users want. It can also be bad because they can ship products that are not ready, and I found that with several things lately. Lewis is calling me a goat again. I appreciate it. Brad, how you doing, Brad? Hey, Aaron Short, been lurking while working. That sounds good. You know, I appreciate I'm just a face on the screen. I usually listen to YouTube videos with my headphones while I'm walking around the house doing the washing up and vacuuming. So it's a good way to use YouTube, especially when you have YouTube Red. You can play the audio in the background, so you can turn a video on, put your phone on like standby, put it to sleep, put it in your pocket and walk around the house and listen to the audio. I mean, this could in fact be a podcast that I'm doing now, couldn't it? Image Bearer said, agreed, make it compatible with a tablet. Why not? Yeah, I think everything should have tablet support. And I don't think everyone should have to use the tablet. I think every pedal should have a basic screen and way to use it. But then the tablet should be an option for people that want to use a tablet. A great example of that is the Fractal gear. People are saying online it sounds the best. It sounds incredible. Yeah, but I've used one and I find it very frustrating to use. If they'd released an app with that when they announced that one, that would have been incredible. If you could use an app and have the like convenience of their editor. They've already got an editor, which is great. It's on the computer. If you could be at a gig and just have your iPhone or your iPad on your mic stand and make adjustments from an app that's wireless with the pedal or even just one cable, that would be absolutely fantastic. And that probably put me over the edge and say that's the one to buy. But because it's so fiddly to use, in my opinion, I don't really recommend the Fractal stuff to many people. Very frustrating. BMO, I think there may be a D41 Sunburst colorway coming. It says images coming soon. D40. Are you talking about Sweetwater? D41. Oh, I see. No, when it says images coming soon, it usually means that they are... Well, they just don't have any images. I don't think that's a new model. That's a D41 left-handed guitar Sunburst. That's just a standard. They just don't have the images for that. And yes, I've already looked around BMO to see if there's any like accidental posts, which some companies or some stores sometimes do on Reverb. I didn't see any, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm just looking at standard guitar models right now, like HD28. Everything's sold out. I mean, who is still buying these guitars? I'm not being funny. Like, oh, okay, they got five HD28s. Okay, fair enough, but no pictures of them. OM28. OM28. None. OMJM. I know Mori has stock right now, which is good. But like Sweetwater has just HD28s, that's it. It's crazy, right? That's why I think they want to make more of the affordable models in Mexico. They need more stuff to sell. If you look at PRS guitars on Sweetwater, they got nothing. There's nothing in stock. It's insane. Actually, I'll just give you this tip. It's kind of a cool tip. When you're on Sweetwater, so you search for, say, PRS guitar. All right. Rather than go through them all to see what's in stock right now, if you use the menu on the left side, you can actually search for what's in stock. So I think you might have to choose a model though. Let me see here. Yeah, so if you click on, let's do PRS DGT. Okay, so to see if that's in stock, you'd have to click on it, right? But on here on the left, it says these filters. And there's one that says if it's in stock or not. And if it's not on there, I presume it means there's none in stock, which is absolutely crazy. Yeah. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, you see? On order. It's crazy. Special order. That doesn't count. That's a special order. But yeah, basically, if you search for something, you can search by what's in stock, which is really useful. And then if it doesn't say that option, that means they haven't got any. That's what I found. D28. Ah, there we go. They got D28s and HD28s, but that's about all I can see. But yeah, definitely a lack of stuff. I think I heard that Fender are releasing stuff as well. Again, I think this is all going to drop tomorrow and Friday. Let me just have a look here. These demos are good sometimes too. The demos sometimes are in mint condition. And the good thing here is if you click on the demo model, it will show you pictures of that actual demo model. So this is the demo they have. It's 7 pounds 15 ounces. I like that they put the weight on there. And then it will actually tell you, like, there are scratches on the pick guard. Well, that's fine, because the pick guard's probably got protective film on it anyway. There's a scratch on the tone knob. I mean, you can replace that. And there's 2 dents on the upper bout. I mean, that's kind of a drag. But again, if that doesn't bother you, you can save some money. A little tip, though, with Sweetwater, if you call them up, this is the one time I'll say don't use my affiliate link. If you call them up and ask them if they can do you a deal, they might do you a new one for the 15.29-ish. And don't quote me on that. But they'll give you a discount on most products anyway. If it's a product that's not discounted, like, say, a Quad Cortex, then you can use my link because you won't get a discount anyway. And if it's a demo model like this, you can use my link because they won't give you any more off it than that. That's already the lowest price you'll get it for. So if it's that price, then you could use my link and I'll get the affiliate link and you'll get the deal. Look out for those demos and things. Last week, there was a demo PRS Silver Sky SE, which is crazy because it just came out. That wasn't a return from a customer. That probably means it's the one they used in their demo video. And they probably just got a few scratches on it, surface scratches. So if you could have got that last week, a brand new SE Silver Sky been used for their demo, which is kind of cool anyway, if that's the case, for like $100 less, and you're not going to get a better deal on that on the Silver Sky right now. That's really cool. Really, really cool. Okay. So, what are you saying over there? Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Patsy Smith. Appreciate it. 3 Martins in stock. What's my Minimalist Essentials daily guitar? Essentials in what? In gear? A tuner. A tuner is #1. I keep saying how much I love this thing. This is the one I use all the time. A clip-on tuner is great because you can carry it around everywhere you go. Clip it on your guitar and tune. But this is great for me and when I'm at home because I can have it on my desk. I can use it with the microphone. I can plug a guitar in. It's got a big screen. I can have it across the room. It's got a metronome, blah, 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 blah. So I recommend this one and the clip-on version. That's my essential. And then, of course, your pick, your spare strings. Very important to have good strings and good picks. I use the Jim Dunlop Jazz 3 XL, the black one, which I love. Good question, though. Good question. What's good gear to start with? Of course, my capo. Some songs require a capo. I love G7 capos. Very good. Nice company, nice capos. That'd be a good video, Lewis. I should consider that. Top 5 investments you've made in your passion. That's a tough one. Top 5 investments. I mean, if you're talking about gear, it'll be the TC Helicon Play Acoustic. That's like ran my rig for the last 8 years or more. Amazing pedal. Means I can travel light and sound good. Love that pedal. TC Helicon Play Acoustic. Highly, probably the best thing I ever bought gear-wise. Investments, I mean, if you want to talk more about like developing the career, like I guess I was going to say studying music. That's a bit controversial. Some people say it's good and some people say it's not. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I did study music a lot. I'm not sure. Well, I don't think I'd have. I think it was a good thing that I did it, but is that an investment? That's arguable because it's a lot of money and time. I think it was a good thing to do. Now it's just different because now we can study a lot with YouTube and do different courses and things online much cheaper. I don't know. There's so much free information now, which is great, isn't it? But yeah, gear-wise, are those 3 if you want to get started. If you choose the type iAcoustic and then you're going to see it all in stock, they're definitely wiped. So, acoustic guitar. Let me try it. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show up. And sometimes it doesn't show up because they don't have it. I'll do Taylor. It'd be nice if I could just click on Taylor and then show me all the... Oh, yes, you can. You're right. So I think when it doesn't show up on the availability section, it means they don't have any, which is just crazy to me. Yeah, check this out. Look. So I typed in acoustic guitars and clicked on Taylor as the brand. And then if you scroll down, it says pre-order or in stock. Now, pre-order, is that going to be the new models, maybe? I think this is the new models from what I've seen online. So these are the new ones that are coming out. This one looks really nice here. $2,200. Look at that top. That is so nice. So again, on a pre-order instrument like this, you're not realistically going to get a discount on it. So for something like that, you could use my link. For a Taylor 414 that's been out for years, then you could probably get a discount depending on who you call and when you call. And this is my guy, by the way. So if you don't buy through my link and you know you can get a discount for sure by calling, then call Tyler and tell him that Aaron sent you because he's been my rep for years. So this looks great. The American Dream guitar. Look at that top. Now that's not the guitar you'll get. That's a stock photo. But if that is a nice top. Wow. What is this? GS Mini E. New item coming soon. We got some new stuff here. That was a good tip. Thank you. Look at that. That's stunning. Wow. I love the back on that. Again, that's a stock photo. But there we go. $7.49. Good price. They're good guitars. I had a GS Mini once with a Fishman in it. It actually sounded really good. Yeah, I had a GS Mini with a Fishman Matrix. Would you believe that? Sounded really good plugged in. People often complimented it. I didn't have it very long, but it was complimented when it was seen. What's this? Uh-oh. Is that their take on the SC13E? No, I'm just kidding. Again, look at that back. That's stunning. I love that. Taylor have not been on my radar very much. I had one when I was younger. I would like to do some videos on them in the future. What is this? So you can spend hours going through this stuff, right? It's the ES2. They haven't upgraded their electronics yet. They're pretty good, but I'd like to see them do some more with that. That's a grand auditorium. Yeah. Interesting. You know what? Some of the Taylor 100 series and 200 series are excellent. I almost feel like they resonate more than the more expensive models. They have the narrow nut, which you might like. So check those out if you're ever in a store. Now, you're right. Here's the in stock button right here. So if I click on in stock, that's a really useful feature. In stock. There we go. 62 in stock. I mean, that's nothing, is it, for Sweetwater? 62 Taylors? That's nothing. And then, of course, you can also search by most popular, latest, or... Oh, look, that's new. That is cool. That's a new feature. You can search by weight. Aha. I'm not as fussed about acoustic guitar weight. I'm pretty fussy about electric guitar weight, I have to say. So is this the lightest one first then? I presume that would be the lightest guitar because it's mahogany. And this will be the heaviest guitar because it's rosewood. So yeah. Oh, that's nice. These look really cool. The 362. Again, a demo model. Look at that. 2299. And always take a look. Sometimes the demo model is covered in scratches and dents and you think to yourself, how can someone return this like that? Oh, it's a 12 string, by the way. You think to yourself, how can someone return this guitar like that? That's absolutely crazy. Well, sometimes they're perfect. Sometimes they are perfect. Is that a 12 string? Am I going crazy? There's only 6 pegs. What is this guitar? Oh, 12 string. Okay. Interesting. Can someone explain to me why there's only 6 string pegs in there? I would love to know. So that's really, really cool and very useful because so much stuff is out of stock right now. Let me check Fender. Fender. So I don't understand when I do Fender, there's no option to check in stock. So I'm missing something. Fender Stratocaster. Maybe you got to be a bit more specific. No, with Taylor, I just put Taylor and it let me search by in stock. Oh, here we go. So for this one, I had to put Fender Strat, but that's fine. That narrows it down anyway. So there's 99 in stock. Again, that's not that many guitars, is it? Oh, this is awesome that you can then click on here for electric guitar and say light this. That's really cool. I know a lot of people would like that. Let's take a look. I'm really curious now. So this is the lightest Strat they have. 7 pounds and 3 ounces. 7 pounds and 1 ounce. There we go. That's a really light guitar. That's really cool. And they got a demo again. What is it with these people, these demo models? Come on, people. Let me take a look at that one. That's a big saving. The bigger the saving, the more issues I would imagine. 7 pounds, 3 ounces. A chip in the finish on the back. Well, that's not bad. Look. I mean, if you can save that money from that, again, they might give you that similar discount anyway on a new one. But if it's a product where they don't give discounts, and that depends on the brand, some brands don't allow discounts, then you're going to save money. I remember Mesa Boogie amps don't allow discounts. So once they had an amp that was $200 off and I got it. And actually that one had a fault and then they replaced it with a brand new one. I lucked out there. That was really cool of them to do that. But yeah, you can search by weight. So that's really, really, really cool. American Pro 2, what's this weigh? 7.7, I bet. Yep, 715, 79, 710. You see, there's quite a lot of variation with the electrics. One guitar is £7 15 ounces, one guitar is £7 10 ounces. Sometimes you'll see them as low. Like with the Silver Sky SE, I've heard of £8 and then mine is £7. So there can be big differences in weight, and sometimes that matters to people. Give Fred Green a call, he'll know. Well, I've invited Fred on for an interview. He's so busy, that's the problem. But I would love to get someone from Martin on to talk about the new lineup that comes out. I don't know. I'm sure they're very busy right now, but I will definitely ask them. Alan says, good evening. It's the same picture at Toman. Yep, sold out. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and expertise of talking about gear. I have no problem anytime. I love doing it. Do I own a Larive? I don't own a how do you say it? Larive? Larive? I don't own one, if I'm saying it wrong. I think, Charlie, you mentioned them before, and I went looking at them, and I was very impressed. That was live, and I've got my eye out. There's a few sites I look at for used stuff. If I can ever find something that's used, that's an incredibly good deal, where I know 100% I can then resell it after I've reviewed it to get my money back, I'll always check stuff out, especially if lots of people want me to. That's why I did that with the Harley Bentons. So I'll definitely keep my eyes open for Larive. I've only heard good things about them. I love tuners. I love tuners too, Lewis. I love when musicians are in tune. I hate it when musicians are out of tune. You know, sometimes I am out of tune, but I try not to be as often as possible. Zane says, what is your favorite studio mic, Aaron? That's a tough one. I love the Neumann. When I do my videos, I use this one. The KM184, I have them as a pair, so there's two of them, so you can record two mics at once if you want to. Again, my face is preventing it from focusing on the product, AC. Great mic. I mean, I'll probably have this the rest of my life. That's why I bought two of them. I'll just use these the rest of my life. They're fantastic. I've done a microphone comparison on the channel if you want to check that out. And this is the one I like the best. I mean, you can get very close with more careful. You can get very close and more affordable mics, but I love that one. I also really like the what do you call it? The big Neumann. The U87. Very expensive, very excellent, very great. I use it on vocals. I have used it on guitar. On some of those pickup reviews I've used it on guitar. It sounds really good. So with those three mics, I don't really see myself needing anything else, to be honest with you. I like to do that. I often talk to Lewis on here about, you know, buying really good stuff and then using it. That's not to say that the really good, expensive stuff is the best for you. With microphones, it very much depends on the sound that you want, because all microphones have like a natural EQ, so it can really depend on your voice, on your guitar, on your room, and what you're recording. But these three are working well for me at the moment, so I'm happy with them. Lee says, hi everyone, I'm home now. Good, Lee. Now, Lee, what happened with that eBay guitar? I need to know. Did you get it? Time will tell. That's a good name for a song. How do you clean your guitar and get those dust things in between the frets? They always sell me those wood wipes at the store, but I don't have any. So on the frets, I'm trying some product by Lizard Spit. I haven't really got thoughts on it yet because I need to try it some more. For the fretboard, there's so many different ways to do this. For the fretboard, a lot of people use lemon oil, and then you can also buy fretboard conditioner. The company whose products I really like, and I haven't done anything like sponsored for them, but I really like their stuff, is Music Nomad, and they sell kits and things like that as well. So if you look up Music Nomad, right, for example, you can buy a kit here, which I would recommend to anyone that's getting into this, because you get everything in one. They also have all the products separate and other products as well, but this kit is great. Look, it's $190. I know what you're thinking, that's a lot of money. Yes, it is, but if you can do your own setups and work on your guitar, then I think it's worth it. And in this kit, you get a rest here, which is where you rest the neck of the guitar while you clean it. You get some cleaning products. You get these fret things that you hold over the frets while you're cleaning the frets with a handle, which is really nice. The thing about their stuff is they're very ergonomic. They're very easy to use. Excuse me. Even like the string cutters, they just cut better because of the way that they're shaped and everything. It's all really well thought out. You get some cloths. There's the oil. So that's the oil for the fretboard. You get the polish for the guitar's body. So I really like this brand. I like everything they do. and they make great products. So I don't have this set myself. I have some of this stuff individually, most of it individually now. But if I was starting again, I would buy this set from Music Nomad. Definitely. Oh, I didn't even realize that. For the neck stabilizer, you can put the tools inside it. Look, I didn't even think of that. Oh, and you get that as well. You get the screwdriver set. Excellent. There's pretty much everything you need here. And then Stu Mac sell a lot of really good stuff for guitars as well. But I would start with this. This is a great kit. Yeah, this is excellent. Would also make an excellent gift as well. There's a guy we all know who works at Martin called Clayton. Give him a call there and see if he knows what's coming out tomorrow. What did he tell me? He's mentioned a couple of things on our shows that slipped out, so maybe he would. I don't think it's a huge secret. I don't know. They said there's something big. I tell you what, they said there's something big coming tomorrow, baby. Something big coming tomorrow. I won't be able to sleep tonight. And same question. Great. What are some decent cleaning and maintenance products for acoustics, guitar, wood, and fretboard? So I'm just getting into this now with the Harley Bentons. It's interesting you mentioned this. We're so in sync with each other. But this kit on the screen, I highly recommend it. I have the cutters. I have the string winder, which I love. It works so well. I have the neck rest, which is really cool. There's also a mat there to protect the guitar when you lay it down. I don't have that one. I've used the lubricant for the nuts. Sometimes the nut needs to be filed. I don't know if you get files with this, do you? You might need some files, but I don't usually file the nut of my guitars. I have someone else do it. For general maintenance and cleaning and restringing, this is what I would get. This is great. And if there's anything missing, you can just add it in later on. But this is pretty much everything that you're going to need, I think. I didn't see if there's a fret polisher solution on there, but this is all essential stuff. And then you can just add a few more things if you need it later on. There we go. Same question. I love it when we're in sync with each other. It's great. Yeah, great minds think alike. What is your favorite acoustic pedal? Well, I'm a singer, so the TC Helicon play acoustic. A lot of people don't like this pedal. They don't give it a chance. They don't understand it. This is a fantastic pedal. It's cheaper now at Sweetwater because they did a deal with Behringer, so they're now the only distributor of this pedal. If you want to buy this pedal, you have to buy it from Sweetwater in the USA, or you have to buy it from Thomann in Germany. They have like exclusive deals now. But this is $279, and I will say this is my favorite pedal because I sing as well. If you don't sing, this may not be the best option, but if you sing as well, this thing is gold, right? $279. It's a tuner, it's a mixer, it's a DI, it's vocal effects, it's guitar effects, it's a really great vocal harmonizer, intelligent harmonizer. It's durable. They don't last forever, and sometimes I've said to people that I've bought a new one after 3 years, and they've sort of laughed at me and said, well, it's not a good pedal. No, they don't understand. I used it for 3 hours or more every night, stamping on those buttons. I could have probably fixed it, but that's the value I put to this pedal. I used it so much for so many gigs, and it helped me out so many times, making me sound better, allowing me to plug straight into one speaker at a venue and not have to carry around a mixer and everything else. I would buy this pedal 10 times over. I've even considered buying 10 of these and put them in my closet. Not 10, but I've considered buying like 2 spares and leaving them buried in my closet in case they ever stop making them or something. If they ever stopped making this pedal and there was nothing better on the market at the time, I would probably buy 5 of them without hesitation. That's how much I like it. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But that's how good that pedal is. For me. Chipping my acoustic, I'm so upset. Well, that's what happens to us. You know, it's very tough when you get a brand new shiny guitar. Think about it. It's wood, it's delicate finish. I mean, especially like on the back of a Martin, the finish is so delicate. Even wearing a t-shirt like this can leave marks, right? So it's going to happen, and you can always have that buffed out, but what's the point? Because then 3 months later, it's going to get it again. Guitars are, again, you think about it, they're sitting in your lap, your arms are over them, the sweat is going into them, you're playing them with a pick, your fingers. And interestingly enough, you know, the marks you get on the guitar body, They say, I think I was watching a Phil McKnight video. He said those are not pick marks. That's from your fingers. So as you strum on the guitar, this part of the fingernail hits the guitar, and that's what all those marks are. And then, of course, you get worn frets, and you might eventually get a little ding in the headstock or something. You really have to let that go, because you have to remember these are instruments to be played, and every ding you get is a sign that you've played it. You cannot get too hung up on it. I get hung up on it. It's exactly the same if you ever bought a new car or a new TV or anything brand new that's completely shiny out of the box, and you get that first mark on it, or the cat bites it, or you scratch it. It's so annoying, right? But it's just life. So play that guitar in good health. It was well, that's the thing. If it was your carelessness, that's fine. It's only bad when a friend does it. If a friend does it, that's different. They're no longer my friend. I'm just kidding. Or am I? I just wanted to display it instead of putting the case. Yeah, it's better. When it's out and about, you're going to play it more often. It's also more likely to get damaged. BMO, Sweetwater has a used gear marketplace in the US only. They do. Sometimes I look there. And when I have looked there, when I have looked here, sometimes the gear is so old that it's not even available anymore. But you can get some cool stuff here. This is a great little tip, actually. I'm glad you reminded me, BMO. Look at this. For example, there's a vintage Martin here. And the great thing with this is there's no commission. Reverb now is getting very expensive. eBay is very expensive. And while they're great platforms to sell your gear on because they have such a wide reach, they take a lot of money. So, look at this. There's some really interesting stuff here. Who wants to buy this guitar? More importantly, who ordered this guitar and why? Look at that. Who did the artwork on that one? Is that even their logo? Is that real? Is a real guitar, right? Yeah, it looks like it. That's the logo I haven't seen before. Yeah, look. You're going to find some really interesting stuff here that you wouldn't find anywhere else because people want to sell it on this site. So, with Reverb, you get the protection, you get the exposure, blah, blah, blah. I think it's worth it. I do think it's worth it. But it's always worth checking out these other kind of sites as well, because you never know what's going to pop up on these sites, right? And this is a new feature too. It tells you how long they've been a customer. So this guitar here is for sale for $110, and they've been a customer since 2007. That makes me trust it more. You see, if you've been a customer since 2022, it's always possible. Well, there's no history. You don't know how long, what they're about. When it says they've been a customer for a long time, that's good. In my opinion. Always in my opinion. So yeah, again, you can spend hours looking at this stuff, right? But that's a cool site too. Oh dear, eBay refunded me. The seller deactivated his account after taking the money. It was a scam. Well, I'm glad you got your money back, Lee, but I'm disappointed that I didn't get to see a new guitar. So now you have to spend that money on the Martin that's coming out tomorrow. Pretty helpful, Lewis. I thought it was very helpful. Top-notch brand, Nomad. Love the... Yeah, they're great. They're a really good company. They just make good stuff. S. Willis, good to see you. And... You're right, battle scars are attractive. I just felt like I should have known better. I'm doing, I just learned from it. Don't do it on the next guitar. S. Willis is laughing. Plus, it was a gift, so I should think, but well, it's done now. You're like, I'm not belittling you, Lewis. I'm exactly the same. And it's easy for me to say to you, let it go, forget about it. But trust me, I'm exactly the same as what you're saying. But I have to often tell myself to let it go. Even like my Martin guitars all have, the finish is very fragile on those guitars. You can't play them. You cannot play a brand new Martin for 10 minutes a day for 6 months and have it completely flawless like the day you got it. It's never going to happen. Now, a big ding, a big chunk of wood cut out of it because you dropped it, or a crack is different and is very upsetting. But even then, think about the famous guitars you see from our heroes in the museums and things. They're all beaten up and cracked, and they've got all these stories. That's a way to look at it. Zane says, what is the TC Helicon Voice Live 3? Well, that is the flagship, and that is even better than the Play Acoustic. Hang on, 1 second. I just seen something. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to remember this. NAMM is not physical. That physical NAMM is going to be in the summer. And not Summer NAMM, because Summer NAMM is in Nashville, a smaller event than the main NAMM. The main NAMM this year is Summer NAMM in Anaheim. It's only for about 3 days, 2 or 3 days. 3 days, I think. That is where most stuff is going to be released. That is where you're going to get a flagship model. That's where you're going to get a new Helix. I'm not saying they're going to, by the way. I'm just surmising, but that's where you're going to get big releases, because everyone's going to be there and playing them and shouting about them, and this is so cool. And that's where you're going to get new release, big releases. And that's also where they can explain to you how a new thing will work. What we're going to get this week is more minor adjustments. It's almost like this is the Summer NAMM, and then Summer NAMM is the Winter NAMM. Like the SE Silver Sky, it's not a brand new guitar, it's the SE version of the Silver Sky. The RC600, not a brand new looper, it's the 600 series version of the loopers. The firmware updates we're getting are firmware updates. We're not going to get any huge mind-blowing releases, but in June we may do, and that's why I'm going to do my best to go there in June. So if you want to use my link to buy me a coffee, just trust that will go into getting me out there in June. I've kept it free in the diary, but I do have to obviously plan the trip. I want to go there. I want to take videos. I want to live stream from there and cover everything in my own way. So that's my plan. And that's where I think we'll see the really fun stuff. And if I do that, maybe I can even go live from like the venue or the hotel room or something. And we can discuss all the gear. That'd be really fun. Extremely helpful. Thanks, Lewis. Let me show you this Voice Live 3. I wish TC Helicon was still doing stuff, because I'd love to work with them, because I really believe that they were innovative. Innovative without fault. They were, I often talk on here about how gear has gotten boring. Gear used to be really exciting, and now it's a bit safe, which I get frustrated by. Now, the thing about the Voice Live 3 Extreme is, let's just get the bad points out of the way. First of all, it's $700. It's a lot more money. It's a bit bigger, but not much bigger. This is what I use on Sundays, by the way, most of the time. It's a bit bigger, not much bigger. Still very light. It's got a handle in the bottom. Very light pedal for what it is. It's about 5 pounds, is it? Let me just check that. It's really light compared to like a Helix. Yeah, 5 pounds. It's incredible. This is a great pedal. Really, really, really great. I highly recommend it. This is a bit more confusing than the Play Acoustic. It's a bit bigger. It's a bit more expensive, but it gives you a lot more features. For example, the looper is much longer. You can import loops. You can record the gig. You can do 3 loops, whereas my Play Acoustic is 1 track. This is like 2.5 tracks. Really useful. This is the pedal I would take all the time, because I don't find it much harder to use than the Play Acoustic. The reason I take the Play Acoustic is because I travel light to shows. That's why I take it. If I could fit this in a bag and carry it to my shows right now that I'm taking the subway to, I would definitely take this. If you drive to a gig and you can afford this pedal, this is the one to get. The electric guitar effects are not particularly very good. Well, the amp sounds I don't really like at all. You can use it with something like a Strymon Iridium or a Line 6 HX Stomp or something to provide those sounds, and then use the sounds in here. The effects are not incredible, but they're pretty darn good. Once again, if you watch my Sunday live concert from last week, everything was done with this pedal. Everything was going through this. And it's just great. It was so ahead of its time. The vocal harmonies are fantastic. The vocal effects are fantastic. And it's weird. It's got like 3 layers the way it works. So the blue layer is your vocal effects. You press the button again, you get a red layer, like red LEDs. That's your guitar effects. And when you hold the button, or you can assign this to an external foot switch, you get another layer, which is your looper. So that takes a bit of getting used to. But once you've used it a pedal like this, you have to really use for a few weeks and really get into it and read the manual like 10 times. And then keep it simple as well. I use one preset on this. I don't do anything very complicated. And I just love it. Even just having that looper with me with that 3 tracks is really, really cool. So if you want to get adventurous, this is the way to go. What I would recommend to anyone that sings and plays is to buy the TC Helicon Play Acoustic. And then once you realize you need more, then upgrade to the Voice Live 3 Extreme, and preferably keep both of them so you have a backup as well. This is excellent. Really excellent. But I understand why people get daunted by it when they first open it from the box, but it really is excellent. Yeah, well, you've got a ding now, Lewis, so you just keep playing. You just forget it. So yeah, I've tried it. That's what I use. That's what I use on Sundays, Zane. Love it. And then the Play Acoustic is what I take to shows for portability. Laughing at my, I've got what I said now. It's all good. I'm not, don't ever take me wrong. I'm not particularly serious. If I'm ever deadly serious about something, I'll just tell you. It still sounds better. That's all about the sound, isn't it? Let it go, let it go. S. Willis, no, many of us do it, and it's not fun when we do it. I was laughing at Aaron talking about it being bad when a friend does it, yeah. Then they're no longer my friend. Taylor GT611E, I think that's a new one, right? Yep. I'll do videos on them eventually. Do you know this one, the TC Helicon Harmony V60? They made some great pedals that you can't get anymore. They made a Play GTX that had a few other features, like MIDI features in it. And they also made a Play Touch, which you mount on the mic stand. I have one. You mount it on the mic stand, and it has more loops than the Play Acoustic. They did so many cool things. It's so annoying that they don't really do much anymore. The V60. Oh, this, yeah. I'm actually quite interested in this myself. I saw this years ago when I was out in California, and then they released it years later. It was in excuse me. It was in development for a long time. I need some water. Hang on. Why? Well, first of all, why are all acoustic amps wood color? You might like that. You might not. So what this is basically an acoustic amp with the Play Acoustic built in. I think I would rather have the Play Acoustic and an amp or a PA speaker than have it all in one, because all in one means you have to always carry that amp around with you. So rather than it being £3 like the Play Acoustic, it's going to be £24. Much more flexible to have a modular system. The fact it's all in one is nice. If you want to use this at home for practicing, that's cool. I get it. I've got that one from Nuex that I reviewed a few weeks ago. I like that for practicing for the same reasons. But it does come with a foot switch, but I like my Play Acoustic because it has the display, so you can see what patch you're on and things like that. With this, you don't know what patch you're on. You have to you're going to keep looking at the amp behind you to see. So I think it's a cool product. I haven't tried it, so I can't comment on the sounds. But like I said, this is basically a Play Acoustic with a speaker. I would recommend you buy the Play Acoustic and a really good PA speaker, like a QSC K8.2, and have a modular system. And then when you go to open mic, you can just plug that Play Acoustic straight in. And when you are playing a gig, you can take the speaker with you as well. One thing to note about the Play Acoustic is it's mic, or it's line level out, or mic level out. It's weird. You have to pair it with a mic input on a preamp. That can be a problem at times. With the Voice Live 3 Extreme, you can change that to whatever you want. So that can be cool. I've never had an issue with it, but it's something to bear in mind. I have a QSC K8.2 that has a mic level input, and I plug the Play Acoustic into that, and it's never an issue. So it's never been an issue, but like I said, the Voice Live 3 Extreme has a lot more advanced features, but I think for some people it's going to have too much. So all these products are great, don't get me wrong. It's really what form factor you want to go for. They're basically all the same product, but which form factor do you want? Muddy Creek Critters, that any vocal effects that turn a voice that sound like two cats fighting some sweet vocals. Well, they do have auto tune, but I'm not really a fan of that live. It's not the best auto tune. You know, it's if you can sing in tune, these are great pedals because it will automatically do your EQ and compression. You can add reverb and delay, which always makes the voice sound fuller and thicker. And you can add the vocal harmony. With the vocal harmony, you do have to sing in tune and have your guitar in tune, but it can sound really good. It's just practice. It's like any other instrument. But when you practice enough that those harmonies come through in tune, it sounds huge. It's really good. Let It Go. I've not heard that song. All right. So that's kind of it. There's no news. The news today is that there's going to be news, which sucks, right? And also, I'm kind of in between with the other stuff. The Harley Benton, I think I'm going to take the strings off again right now to try and get those frets polished up. That's what I'm going to do right now. And I have a show tonight, so I have to go. But I might go live tomorrow if there's any huge announcements. I might even just do like a 10-minute NAMM recap video on Friday or something and talk about what was announced and my thoughts on it. If there's anything that blows my mind, I'll just go live and talk about it. Stay tuned because there's going to be a bunch of firmware updates coming out, which if you own the pedals I'll talk about will be very interesting to you. If you don't, maybe not so much, but hey, I got to cover everything, right? And this week I'll be going live Sunday with the concert at 4 p.m. EST. So please subscribe and ring the bell. I really would appreciate it. I don't have my graphic today, so I'll just tell you, subscribe and ring the bell. And please tell a friend. I'm trying to get my numbers up. So if you've got any friends that are interested in gear, let them know. Also, I was just thinking, what was I thinking? Yes, if you're on like a forum or a Facebook group, please give me a mention. Like if you're in the Martin Facebook group and they're talking about a D28, let them know that we talk about D28s on Monday. If you're in a group where they're talking about vocal effects, let them know that I do this chat on a Wednesday and talk about gear. I'd really appreciate the support with that. It was great on Sunday because Lewis was here watching my concert, and then we had his family join in as well, and they subscribed. That was really nice. Come on, Martin versus Martin as a guest with the Martin news. I would do that, Lee, but actually that time that they do Martin versus Martin is when I'm performing. I perform Thursday nights, so I can't do that, unfortunately. Thanks, Muddy Creek Critters. Appreciate it. I will probably do a summary video if it's anything really cool. If it's anything extremely cool, I'll go live. And if not, we'll talk about it again next Wednesday. I think that's the best way to do it. Thank you, Wes Willis. I appreciate it. Awesome. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. And let's hope for that SC28E. Please cross your fingers and your toes. Thank you.
I'm not lost, but I'm not found. I'm not up, but I'm not down. I love you and I love you and I love you and I love you, and it's so easy. I love you and I love you and I love you and I love you, and it's so hard. But all I'm really sure of is I'm not happy, I'm not sad. between.